Premise ID framework will also allow for provincial implementation of national regulations. Mandatory provincial premise ID would make implementation easier. Enabling authority for movement reporting will include following provisions: knowledge of locations where animals are kept, assembled, or disposed of from birth to slaughter. Ability to require custodians of animals to report movement information and corresponding ID numbers of locations when animals are moved, and identification of the means of transport used in the movement. Ability to establish which animals groups of a particular species came in contact with others during movement from one location to another. FAD control to quickly reestablish lost markets. The faster we can identify which animals are affected and keep it down to a minimum number if possible. It won't change the quarantine time depending on the disease, but it may affect the number of animals that are actually quarantined. Ability to cross-reference traceability information with data collected under applicable regulations. Next one. Where'd my clicker go? Information management. In order to address key concern for industry, the proposed framework will include provisions related to information sharing protocols, privacy, safeguarding proprietary information, and explicitly outlining intended uses of information. The new framework will recognize that traceability is about proactive information collection and management dependent on robust standards and protocol. In addition, framework will require all recognized participants in farm to slaughter continuum to report traceability data to data administrators in a predefined manner and format. It will enable federal government to recognize and appoint multiple data administrators. Outline retention, archiving, and disposition schedules. Next. Role of auction marts. Reporting movement is a central piece of any traceability system. In event of an emergency, the need is to quickly and accurately track suspected animals and other animals that have come in contact with them. Would reduce the duration of a cease movement order and reduce economic impacts to auctions. Auction markets are the single largest source of commingling, movement, and marketing of animals. In the new framework, the auctions will be required to play a pivotal role of reporting detailed animal movements. Technology will play a key role in implementing reporting of movement information without compromising the speed of commerce. Getting auction marts traceability ready. September 2009, growing forward funding provided for auction mart applied research project. 8 auction marts in 4 provinces, Ontario, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and BC, are testing RFID scanning technologies. That phase is complete. Phase 2 of the project started on July 1st, 2010. Additional solutions and modifications to improve collection and reporting of movement information will take place in this phase, and the benefits of these solutions and modifications will be identified. Considerations. To ensure cohesiveness among federal and provincial frameworks, the federal scheme will be developed in consideration of federal, provincial, territorial policies and standards. The intent is to complement existing provincial frameworks, not replace them. Framework will strive to be sufficiently flexible to complement, incorporate frameworks for implementing full chain traceability at a later time. Mandatory elements of this new framework will be implemented in a phased-in manner in consultation with industry, beginning with education and awareness. FPT Ag Ministers directed the Industry Government Advisory Committee on Traceability to determine the ongoing costs of traceability. This will include government costs, data maintenance and management, identification and information reporting, etc., and prepare an industry government cost-sharing approach for beyond growing forward. Next steps. CFIA's ongoing consultations with livestock stakeholder groups through the Industry Government Advisory Committee. CFIA will broaden the consultation to other groups that may be interested, including the public, as the project progresses. CFIA will seek Cabinet's approval to move ahead with development of a new framework, continue working with AAFC to advance the portfolio's agenda on traceability, continue ongoing discussions with provinces to ensure adherence to federal, provincial, territorial policies and standards, and cohesiveness among federal and provincial frameworks, and continue discussions with industry through IGAC and through targeted meetings with industry-specific groups.